Oh, who are you? Al Capone?
Aaron Rodgers is back. NFL Network is reporting Rodgers will start for the 7-6 Packers at Carolina on Sunday. Quite a bit of posted this old image of himself in a hospital bed saying he's been medically cleared to return. He broke his right collarbone back in October, but has reportedly been impressive at practice the last couple weeks. Shannon, should the Packers start Rodgers?
Yes, if he's medically cleared and the player feel confident that he can go out there and get the job done, he should play. He's a football player, Skip, and that's what he does. He was hired to play the game of football, to be the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Now, medically, hey, you're good to go. It's healed. We looked at the scans. We looked at the x-rays, the MRIs, whatever test they've given him, you're good. Okay, Aaron, how do you feel? Because remember, we saw a situation very similar to this a couple of years ago with Tony Romo. Tony Romo felt good the first game, nothing happened. But the moment he got hit and got planted on that shoulder, guess what? He was out again, cracked.
I think Romo elected not to have surgery. So, but whatever, it's the same idea.
Yes. So we're gonna find out. But I believe he should play, Skip, if he's been cleared, if he feels confident that he can go out there and get the job done.
Yep.
But throwing scout team, when you have a red jersey on, as opposed to being the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, you have something on the line. The Carolina Panthers have something on the line. And your jersey is just like everybody else's.
Yep.
They're not going to lay you down. They're not going to, okay, get close to you and pull off. They're going to try to put you down on that shoulder. So if you feel comfortable that you can go out there and get the job done, Skip, I got no problem with it. But he needs to understand what comes along with this.
Well, he posted yesterday that he was cleared, so I'm going to accept his word for it.
Yes.
I don't know exactly what the Packers think, if they're still 50-50 on it.
Right.
But to me, I'm going to speak as if I'm in Aaron Rodgers' shoes right now. This is no-brainer to me. I'm just going to play.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. The NFC right now is on a silver platter for somebody to win, because in all my years of covering the NFL, I can't remember, especially the NFC, being this wide open this late, because Vegas now favors Vikings just slightly over Eagles to win the NFC, and the Vikings have Case Keenum at quarterback, and the Eagles have Nick Foles at quarterback.
So I guess they like Case Keenum a little better than Nick Foles.
Okay, well so then I look down the list and I say, Falcons, Saints, it's okay, Rams, Seahawks, they're all flawed in Carolina. They have all had some positives and some scary negatives this year. All of them have had. Where you said, really? That's it? And so if I'm Aaron Rodgers and I say, and again, I'm going off the football power index here, it gives Green Bay a 9% chance of making the playoffs. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers and I think, what if we pull this off? So they got to go to Carolina, then they get the Vikings at home on a Saturday night, and then they have to finish at Detroit. Not that easy.
Right.
But what if he pulled that off and he got in the tournament?
Of all the teams that you mentioned Seattle, you mentioned the Rams, you mentioned the Eagles, you mentioned Minnesota and the Panthers. What can all of them do? Hit your quarterback.
I can hit your quarterback.
All of them, with the exception of Green Bay, routinely hit your quarterback.
Okay, but this quarterback, if he gets in the tournament and faces any of those quarterbacks, would I give him the quarterback edge over any of these teams? I would. No, seriously.
Skip, if he has to go on the road against Philly, if he has to face any of those defenses.
Okay, I got you. Okay, but if I'm Aaron Rodgers and I'm starting to get up there in age and I'm looking back at what I've accomplished in my career, it has now been 7 seasons since he won his one and only Super Bowl and his one and only Super Bowl appearance. 7 seasons. He is 5-6 since that Super Bowl victory in the postseason. 5-6, and he is 0-2 in NFC Championship games. Well, it's starting to feel a little bit to me like Tiger-esque, where I tweeted this the other day after the Bahamas tournament. Tiger hasn't won a major in almost 10 years, going on 10 years, and he's still times 10 the big name in golf.
Right.
Well, that's just mind-blowing to me.
Right.
Well, it's sort of, this is starting to happen to Aaron Rodgers. He's still regarded as the, quote, I don't regard him, but a lot of people do, including you and many others on the show, the best quarterback in football. Well, he doesn't have much to show for it in the last 7 going on 8.
Well, this would be if he were to pull this off, if he were to come back and he would go 3-0 and then make the playoffs, this will be his second greatest accomplishment. Going 4-0 in the playoffs would be obviously number 1, but this would be his second greatest accomplishment because you're beating the teams. You look at those teams' record. Carolina, what are they, 8-4?
Well,
9-4 now.
Wouldn't this be his biggest accomplishment?
Well,
I mean, not.
Well,
what if they go win the Super Bowl?
Well, obviously that would do it. Because think about it, Skip. He had to go on the road. He went on the road every game to do what he ended up doing what he did. But Skip, I agree with you. He should play. He's been cleared. The doctor says, hey, you get a clean bill of health from us. Aaron says, hey, he's tweeting it like he feels good, like he feels confident that where he is right now medically. So with that being said, hey, Brett Hundley did exactly what you'd ask a backup quarterback to do.
Sure.
He kept them in striking distance.
He did.
Now you bring the big gun in. Okay, bring us home. That's all you can hope, Skip. You ran the relay. Joy, you ran the relay. I ran the relay. All I wanted to do was keep it close. Keep it close to the big ankle leg. Let O'Shea come home.
Oh, you were anchor?
You
did not run anchor.
Wait a second. You're a 4.840 guy.
You did not run anchor.
I'm waving him home. Come on. Keep it close.
Wait, he's waving from the side.
No. I ran
Go.
Not on the mile relay. Mile relay.
The mile relay?
Yeah.
You ran the mile relay.
4x4. Yeah. I ran second leg in the 4x1.
That's not anchor.
On the mile relay, I was the anchor leg. Anchor.
Yeah, but your school had like 50 kids in it, right?
But we blowing the doors off some of the kids. They had 1,500 kids up in it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying, Joy?
I hated the 400.
Okay, back to reality.
That was reality.
Reality. So there are 2 teams that have minuscule chances of even making the playoffs that I would love to see in the playoffs. And that would be Aaron Rodgers' team, and that would be the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys.
It's not going to happen.
According to Football Power Index, they have a 4% chance. 4%. Aaron's got a 9%. Get either of those teams in, get Dallas in with Zeke and with Sean Lee.
One of them, Green Bay.
Okay. Well, fine. But either one of them, I would like their chances. In fact, I would love their chances.
I mean, that's anything's possible because they gave Doug Jones going into the last night. They gave him like 3% chance and he won. So anything's possible, Skip. But it's not going to happen. So I don't want you to get your hopes up.
I don't have any hopes.
Yeah,
I just tell you, hypothetically, if either Aaron Rodgers or Dak and company got into the playoffs, that would be dangerous to anybody who faced them.
Santa will not be bringing you any playoff success.
I don't know.
And that's what you're hoping to open in a couple of weeks. It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know.
I know.
There's a committee. You know, they got a new deal in pro football. It's like college. The committee has to vote. And the committee's going to do the eye test on Dallas after they win out, and they're going to say, they're in.
And that's what I love about the NFL, because you know what you got to do, Skip? You got to play your way in. In a lot of these other sports, you play your way out. You look at hockey, they take it almost everybody to the playoff. Basketball, you got to just be like 20-62 for you not to make the playoff. But in the NFL, you play your way in. Currently,
what does your eye test tell you right now?
My eye test tell me walk it to him as the MVP, and Philly ain't to be monked with.
But walk it to him can barely walk now.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Fold them Bowles. Bowles got some. You know what, Skip? I'm hoping with a chance to make the playoffs that y'all go into that last game against the Eagles. And the Eagles need that last game to secure home field. And I want Jim Schwartz to turn them loose. I want him to turn them loose.
Go look at Foles' Gold in his first year starting in Philly against Dallas at Philly.
That was long time ago.
Okay.
Long time ago. You remember that? Remember the Titans? He called them over there. He said, I don't want him to get another yard. Jim Schwartz go, hey, he gonna call a timeout. I
would love this.
Fletcher Cox.
We got to get to
Barnett, Chris Long, Jernigan, and Brandon Graham.
We're taking them one at a time. We got Oakland next.
Come on, Oakland. Come on, Beast Mode.
Yep.
Khalil.
You cried the first time you watched Remember the Titans.
And then they played that. You know, actually, I was in Baltimore, and they played that on the montage. They had it up there with all our quotes. Tennessee, the crowd was going frenzy. Don't worry about it. Whatever they say, we said it. What y'all gonna do about it?
Did you make one catch?
Hey, big play,
Shay. Next up, LeBron James and the Cavs keep on rolling. They beat the Hawks last night, and they've now won